Welcome everyone. Are you a true intro fanatic? I guess you are, because you probably noticed that I have a house now. This apartment was completely empty when I got it, so it took some time to get here. As it turns out, moving is kind of stressful. Yes, not just the sheer amount of labor that's involved and, traveling back and forth between the old and the new house all the time, but also just the sheer amount of choices you have to make. Colors, for example, the floor, the carpet, TV cabinet, the lamps, and of course the walls, for which, there are a fair amount of options for the wall. And I checked all of these out and I thought about it for weeks before I landed on this amazing brown color, which I'm very proud of, but still, the amount of choices. And of course, it's not just color, it's shapes as well. Do I want my desk to be 140 centimeters long, or do I want it to be 160 centimeters long? Do I want my chairs to have a more open design, or do I want armrests, or do I not want any of that? Do I want them to be wooden, or more steel and cloth? And the table, actually. The table, what kind of shape should it be? Should it be circular? Should it be rectangular? Oval? Yeah, oval's pretty great. I like this one. Now, do the choices end there? Of course not, right? I had to choose my fridge, I had to choose my oven, the stove, the trash can, the washing machine, the doormats, the doorstops. You're just in a constant state of calculating how long the current task is going to take, and if you should order the new stuff, and if you're gonna be in the home when the new stuff arrives, which is very important. Yeah, it's all just terrible. But more terrible than all of that, my dear loyal viewer. Oh, oh, silly me. Dreams fridge. Yeah, more terrible than that is what happened in the background. Nothing. Where last we left off, I was gonna build enemy AI for the Unreal Engine 5 remake of my first ever game. I was in the middle of the process when I suddenly got that email inviting me for the viewing of this house. So I swiftly dropped Unreal and let it shatter onto the ground in 1,000 pieces. I'm terrible enough at doing two things at the same time as is, but something this important especially just nukes my attention span for anything else. As established in previous videos, because I also dropped Unreal the moment I started dating someone, right? So, as ever, in the interest of keeping this channel the most authentic game dev channel on the platform, which it is, guys, I'm so authentic, the authenticity is... I need to talk about how much I'm fighting my mind again. Now, I won't guarantee a happy ending, I won't guarantee a solution. I'm just going to talk about reality because it's what we need in an age of influencers and AI. If you relate in any way, be sure to leave a comment and we can all talk about it because we're all in this together, probably. Yeah, I have a problem. See, for years now it feels like I've been battling the urge to procrastinate on everything. Sure, moving house seems like a pretty legit reason to stop developing an Unreal Engine for a while. But what about April? Because I've been here since mid-March, and I still haven't done anything game dev related in these last 2 months where I've actually had some free time again. With every day, I'm forgetting more and more of what I did, making returning and retracing my steps even harder. Why? Procrastination, as it turns out, is not an easy problem to solve. Obviously, or else there wouldn't be an endless amount of self-help content out there, a lot of which I've unfortunately watched. I've even read some books too, mostly to no avail. Because while sometimes some ideas might punch through the wall temporarily, mostly just one bad thing has to happen to kick me down the stairs, and it takes me days, weeks, or even months to climb back to the top. Even during the period where I was actively working on my game from about August to November, I'd on average work like maybe 2 hours a day. I'd have 14 free hours in a day, like a complete day off, and I'd only be able to work from like 10 to 11:30. After that, I just get distracted the whole rest of the day. That's not logical behavior, is it? Now, it's clear to me at this point that procrastination is not really the core issue here. It's much more of a symptom of a much deeper problem. And it's finding that problem and figuring out that problem and working through that problem that has really been the largest headache here. Because yeah, for some people it might really be as simple as eliminating some unhealthy distractions from their life, like social media and short-form content. But for me, all that eliminating an unhealthy distraction does is to get it replaced with a healthy one. Like, sure, is it better to go on a walk outside and talk with strangers than it is to doom-scroll propaganda posts written by AI and watch rage-bait slop content that allows assholes to become millionaires on platforms that are run by megacorps that are actively and shitifying every single part of your life? By all counts, yes, but the end result is still the same. A distraction is a distraction. It's not wrong to go on a walk. It's not wrong to spend an hour concocting the perfect salad. It's not even wrong to watch a YouTube video. But if you're doing these things to actively distract your mind from something else you know you should be doing, it becomes instantly problematic. So this is what I've been wrestling with for a long time now. Why do I constantly, endlessly run away from YouTube and making games? I think at the core of it is a lot of anxiety. A lot of anxiety. Fear of failure, fear of wasting time, fear of missing out on other life paths, and fear of running out of ideas. On the one hand, a lot of these fears are grounded in reality, they are legit. But on the other, I have never had more fun than working through game design problems, executing on ideas, creating workflows, and just learning a whole bunch of stuff and sharing it with the world. I know I wouldn't regret going down this path. Like, I don't regret dreams either, obviously. But it doesn't matter, because at this point it's clear to me. The subconscious part of my brain is simply not convinced this is a useful way to spend my time. And because of that, it denies the conscious part, me, the mental resources I need. My brain doesn't give me focus, and every opportunity it gets, it just drags me away to anything else. So I have two options, really. Either I can convince the subconscious part of my brain that really staying inside and programming is a great use of my time, or I can allow the subconscious part of my brain to convince me that I'd be better off doing anything else. I don't know if I can do either, and it kind of makes me stuck, doesn't it? Like I said it before, this is reality. I'm living this right now. I don't have an answer yet. The first moment I do, I'll for sure share it with you, of course. I mean, there are so many productivity channels, but how many of them actually have struggled with this exact thing and have actually been able to fix it through their own advice? Probably very few of them. I would just love to find a solution here that could help us all. In the meanwhile, I'm here. I won't give up. I'll just pick myself back up like I've done 1,000 times before, because if nothing else, I just love to be stubborn. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you around. Maybe.